All right, welcome back to Diamond Chronicles. It's been a while. It's been about a month or 3 weeks since I posted one. Yesterday I started to do one and sat down at my computer and I was going to give one of my season regular games. Computer was gone. Motherboard fried. All my seasons, all my stats, everything gone up in smoke. So I went and got a new computer. It's being fixed right now to transfer some data and different things. So old school today, I am keeping score and we are playing some World Series games. This is Strat Basic 1920 World Series Game 2 from Ebbets Field, Brooklyn. Is playing the Indians. Now I played game 1 this morning. Cleveland won the game 2-1. Tight, well-pitched game, 2-1. So they lead the series 1-0. We'll see how game 2 turns out. Burley Grimes is pitching for Brooklyn and Jim Bagby for Cleveland. Two really good pitchers. Bagby won 31 games and lost 12 that year, and Burley was 23-11 with a 2.22 ERA. So in the real world, as Baseball Demos puts it, in the real world, Brooklyn won this game 3-0 to even the series. Now this is a 9-game best of 9 series. And Brooklyn needs to get back on track here. And so we'll see how they do. All right, Strat Basic leading off. Hopefully you can see that. Leading off, Charlie Cuckoo Jameson. And he hits a 210, and that is a pop out. Second base. 1 out. To start the game, Bill Wamsgans, famous for his triple play, unassisted triple play in this very World Series. Wamsgans, he will step in. That is a catcher. It's a 1-on-2 pass ball, but then a strikeout. So down goes Wamsgans. 2 away. And Tris Speaker. Speaker hit .388 that campaign. Grimes to the pitch. 2-6, a little helpless little grounder to first. And Cleveland is done in the first inning. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the first. Bagby on the hill. Bagby on the hill versus Ivy Olson. Ivy Olson. This was Brooklyn's first pennant winner. 1920. And here's Ivy. Ivy comes in, rips one to third. Happens to be a 1 over there. 19. Roll it again. 18. Roll it again. 10 on a 1. That's a 1 base error. 1 base error. E5. And trotting down to first base is Ivy Olson. D. Steeler, probably not going to do anything here. Jimmy Johnston. 6'10", hits another one to third. 13 on a 1. That's going to be the double play that they were looking for. Double play. Both of them are out. 5-4-3. And here comes Tommy Griffith with 2 down. And there's a hard liner right to first. Caught by the first baseman. 3 down. End of 1. Cleveland, nothing. Brooklyn, nothing. Game 2, 1920 World Series. Elmer Smith making his first appearance. Here's the pitch, and there's one to the shortstop. Shortstop is let's see. Shortstop is a 2. 10 on a 2. That's a 2 base error on the shortstop. E6. 2 base error. Runner to second on the error by the shortstop. And here is Larry Gardner, and he's going to line out hard to second base. 1 away. Doc Johnston with a man on second. Burley bears down, gets him to fly out to center field. Flies out to center, 2 down, and here comes Joe Sewell. Joe Sewell, who took the place of Ray Chapman this year after he got killed by Carl May's pitch to the head. So Sewell played the rest of the season at shortstop, and here we go. He hits one to first. That's a 9 on a 2, and he got him. Little roller, flips it to the pitcher. Side retired. Cleveland goes down in the second. Still no runs. And here comes Brooklyn to state their case. In the second inning, Zachary Wheat. Zachary Wheat pounds a base hit. Base hit on a 111. 111 single. And here's Hy Myers. He hit 304 during the campaign. He flies to left. 1 away. Here's Ed Konichi, a 308 hitter. They had some hitters. And there is a base hit, another hit for Konichi. Wheat is a 14. He's coming around. He is in. And Konichi puts runners on first and third with 1 down for Pete Kilduff. Kilduff pops up to short. 2 away. 4-6. And now it's up to Otto Miller. Otto Miller. 2 down, 2 on, and he hits a little helpless, harmless grounder to short. Flips it over to first. Side retired. And we are through 2. With some runners left on base, but no score as we go to the Cleveland third. Cleveland third, and Steve O'Neill. Steve O'Neill is going to hit one to second. 8 on a 2, that's a ground ball. Fielded by the second baseman. Throw over, 1 down. Here's the pitcher, Bagby. And he's going to strike him out. Bagby strikes out, 2 down. And here's Cuckoo Jameson. And that's a little grounder to first. Unassisted. Easy, 3 up, 3 down. And Burley is doing just like he did in the real game when he shut Cleveland out 3-0. And we go to the bottom of the third. Grimes is the hitter. 5 on a 7. That's a roller to second. 7 on a 2. That's an out. Ground ball, second base, 1 down. Ivy Olson. 210. Popped him up. Popped him up high in the air. Second base. 2 down. And Johnston. 5-11. Johnston's going to draw a walk. 2 out walk. We'll put a peg at first base with 2 down. And Tommy Griffith. And Griffith is going to rip a single, 2 bases. Griffith sends Johnston to third. And I believe in the real game, he was the hero. He was one of the heroes. He knocked in 1 run with a double. And here he is now, still 1 out. 2 outs. 2 on. Zach Wheat, big hitter, lined him out to first. Side retired. Bagby got out of it. First and third. 2 outs. And Brooklyn wastes runners in the third. We go to the fourth. Grimes. Wamsgans. Wamsgans 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here we go. There's a ground ball to second. 1 away. Speaker. Tris Speaker. 4-3 hits 1 to first. 19 on a 2. Roll it again. 16 on a 2. He got him. 2 down. This is just like I used to do it when I was a kid, keeping score. 2 down. Elmer Smith. Ground ball second base. And Grimes is just eating them up. So far, no hits. No hits through 4 for Burley. And we come to the bottom of the fourth. Can Brooklyn get something going on Bagby? High Myers. Base hit. High Myers on a 6-6. Rips a base hit. Konichi. Nobody out. Fly ball left field. Caught in left field. Runner on first holds. 1 down. Kilduff. Kilduff is going to line out to third. 2 away. And again, it's up to Otto Miller. Otto. Base hit. 2 bases. Runner was moving. Knocks Myers over to third. 2 away, though, for the pitcher. Burley Grimes. Can he help himself? And he does not. He lines out. Single 1 to 14, and it was a 17. And Bagby gets out of it with no runs. And we are still nothing going to the 5th. Who will break first? Larry Gardner. Larry Gardner, routine grounder to first. 1 away. Doc Johnston. 5 on an 8. Pops him up to second. 2 down. Joe Sewell. 2 away on a 2-10. Ground out to first. Unassisted to first. 1, 2, 3 again. Burley Grimes. What a performance so far. But Brooklyn cannot capitalize. We're at the top of the order. Ivy Olson got on with an error and popped up. Here's his 3rd trip. He lines out to third. Lines out 1 away. Jimmy Johnston. 291 hitter in real world. 5 on a 6. Jimmy Johnston rips a double. That is a double. 5, 6, 7 was the split. That is a double all the way. 1 out. Runner on second for Griffith. 3-8. And he lined him out to second. Look at that. In between all those hits. And again, it's up to Zach Wheat. Zach Wheat, does he come through? He walks. Zach Wheat walks. Runners on first and second. High Myers. 3 on an 8. Base hit. That is a base hit. Johnston runs at a 15. There are 2 outs. He is in. Other runner's going to hold. So there's your first run. It's going to hold. Johnston will come around and score. Myers gets the RBI. There's still 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 1-0. Brooklyn, and Konichi rips a base hit, 2 bases. And now here comes Brooklyn. Another run scores. It is 2-0. First and third. Bagby is in a pickle. Can he get Kilduff and keep it close? And Kilduff rips a base hit. And everything is going right for the Dodgers this time. It is now 3-0. First and second. Otto Miller, and that's a base hit. And they are eating him alive. Run number 4 scores. And now it's the pitcher. And he grounds out to short to retire it. But 4 Brooklyn runs cross the plate. Before that inning is over, as we go to the 6th, it is 4-0 Robins. They were actually called the Robins that year. Here's O'Neill, and probably a pinch hitter. 5 on an 8, and he pops him out to second. 1 away, and they're going to pinch hit with Graney. Graney will pinch hit. Graney will come on. 4-7, and that is a line out to third. 2 away. And here's Cuckoo. Cuckoo Bird Jameson. With 2 down, he's going to rip a single. He was a .319 hitter that year. And here is Wamsgans. Wamsgans. 5 on a 3. He walked him. By the way, that was the first hit of the game. Now there's 2 on. Cleveland can get back in this thing with a big hit. And here's Speaker, and he popped him up on the infield. Second baseman Kilduff calls for it. Side retired. And Bagby will leave the game, and Ewell will come in. George Ewell. He actually pitched in the real game in relief. So, and Graniac also did pinch hit. So I'm going to try to keep this thing as much as I can. All right, 4-0, bottom of the 6th. Ivy Olson, fly to center field. 1 away. Second man in the order, Jimmy Johnston, flies out to left. 2 down. And here's Griffith. Griffith, 5-12, fly ball center field. Speaker is there. 3 up, 3 down for Ewell. Good inning for him. But Cleveland needs runs as we go to the 7th. They're running out of time. And here is Elmer Smith. And dice on the floor. How many of you guys struggle several times a game with dice on the floor? All right, we'll try that again. Elmer Smith pops out to second base. Another infield fly. 1 away. Gardner. Gardner, ground ball back to the pitcher. Easy flip to first. 2 down. Doc Johnston. 5-10, hits one to short. 11 on a 2. That's an out. Routine grounder. Play made by the shortstop. 3 up, 3 down again 6.5 are over. 4-0 Brooklyn. See if they can add to it. Bottom of the 7th. Zachary Wheat. 3-8 rounds out to short. High Myers. 4-10 flies to center. Yule trying to get 6 in a row. Konichi grounded him out. Second base. 3 up, 3 down again. And Cleveland is down to 2 innings, 6 outs in this World Series Game 2. Can they rally? Here's Sewell. Struck him out. Joe Sewell goes down, swinging. Steve O'Neill, 111, popped him up to second. 2 away, and they're going to pinch hit again. This is going to be Burns. This will be Burns with 2 down. 5, 6, and Burns is going to rip a single. That single goes to Burns. Yule will be coming out in the 8th. That's a 2-out single. Runner on for Cuckoo Jameson. And he walked him. Runners on first and second. Burns at second. Jameson at first. Bill Wamsgans hits one to the shortstop. 12 on a 2. That's an out. He goes the short way. 6-4. Side retired. And now Cleveland will come in with Duster Males. Duster Males will pitch. Duster Males will come in. The bottom of the 8th. Pete Kilduff. Fly ball left. 1 away. Otto Miller. 3-5 base hit. That's his 3rd hit of the game. 3 hits in the game, all singles. Now, we're going to sack him over. Hopefully. Thrown out by the 3rd baseman. Runner advances. Runner on second, 2 down. 4. Ivy Olson. 2-9. He flies out to center field. Olson to retire it. And here we go. Last chance for Cleveland. Trailing by 4. Burley Grimes has given up, I believe, 2 hits. 2 hits in this contest. Can he finish strong? Here's Speaker, and he hits a little roller to the pitcher. Grimes throws it over. We're 2 outs away from being 1-1 in the series. Elmer Smith, 3-6. He walks. Hope is alive. Smith with a walk. Gardner, 1-5. Fly ball right field. 2 down. And it's all up to Doc Johnston. Doc Johnston, ground ball right back to first. Steps on first base. That is the game. No runs. Cleveland. 2 hits, 1 error. Brooklyn, 4 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 runs on 11 hits. And I believe the errors. No errors. Cleveland committed an error. And so there it is, game 2. Game 2. This is going to be interesting as we go forward because we're going to play a 9-game set. We are now tied at 1 in the game. Cleveland won the first one 2-1. Brooklyn comes back, wins it 4-0. And I believe the scene is getting ready to shift to Cleveland for game 3. And I will see you there when I do game 3. Thanks for listening to Diamond Chronicles Strat Basic World Series 1920 replay. Hope you enjoyed.